Hey, everybody. Good morning, Ottawa. We're here at Next, and there's nothing better than to start a morning with some Prosecco and freshly squeezed orange juice. Are you into this stuff? Like, I live in Canada. I'm in the Bridlewood area. So, on my day off, I go get one of these, and I get a grapefruit from the Metro because it's so good. Freshly squeezed. Nothing like it. But we squeezed for you. We're giving you a little Pico bottle. This is actually 350 ml. So let's pop it open. I don't know about you, but classic is always fun. Champagne saucers. When you pour your mimosas, there's truly one way to do it, and that's to make a bit of a mess. But it's funny, we do mimosas at the restaurant for our brunch, and I'll get people who are like, could you put less OJ? And then you go back, you do that, and they're doing bottomless, right? And then you go back to pour the second one. Like, could you put less OJ? And I'm like, okay, at some point it's no longer a mimosa, but we're just going to top it up with some Prosecco. Don't call Prosecco champagne, please, okay? Two different things, all right? So, look, there's no better way to start an Easter morning. The kids are wasted on chocolate. You get wasted on Prosecco and OJ. And look, there's two glasses. I've nearly touched it. So the kids can have a glass of OJ, or maybe you just want to have the Tropicana. Oh, look, something about Donald Trump again. Unbelievable. It's almost like the Rogers incident for those that are loyal to me. Go to your kit, bring out box A, B, and C. It isn't about already been chewed. It's about amazing food, amazing brunch elements. It's grazing time, people. Wave one, 3 incredible classic dishes at Next. We're going to do the kapow cauliflower, the cryo watermelon with hickory smoked feta, and the tempura fried cheese curds. And by the way, only in Canada. Can't get that anywhere. I don't know why I'm saying that. Yeah, I do. Anyway, let's get into it. Open up the containers. And some of you out there have written me about that, how challenging it is to open it up. Well, listen, I'd rather it be challenging to open up than it open up in the box on the way to your house. And then you're like, chef. Okay, so look. Container, the first one here, which is the cauliflower, you have nothing in this container because, in fact, you're looking at it right now and you've got oil in there filled. I've already put it into a little pot to get it nice and hot. And what do we need that for? We need it for the already fried tempura cauliflower. Throwing it in there. Just going to do a shallow fry. Now, if you have an air fryer, go ahead, have fun with that. I have no idea how to use that. If someone wants to write the pros and cons of air fryers against shallow frying, go for it. I won't be reading it. But back to being serious for a second. When you shallow fry, you've got to move it around. Look at how it's spitting. Look at that. You can do that in slow motion. That'd be great. So if we look at what's in here, we got a couple pieces of cilantro. We have a little edamame avocado pulse. We have some cashews. So if you have a nut allergy, don't go for it. We have the kapow cauliflower sauce. We have some pickled goji berries. Everything else is out of the container. The cauliflower, we need no more than 2 minutes tops to come up to temperature. Okay? You're doing this over a medium flame. Frame the flame. Remember, a lot of you are loyal to this process of these global tables experiences, but a lot of you realize that if Blackie can cook on this, you're doing beautiful work at home on your induction, your whatever oven you're using. Even if it's an electric stove, it's totally fine. While that's going on, take the sauce. This is nothing more than maple syrup and sriracha. Going to pop it into a little container. You don't have to have the same container, but have something that you can dip into. Okay? Let's move these little thingies off to the side. And then when we come back here to the cauliflower, all I want you to do is just take it back out, drop it in the pan. Drop it into your container that it came in. And while that's going down, take your cheese curds. Now, while that's crispy frying, let's open up the salad, the watermelon. In this first wave, we have a little bit of, this is lemon olive oil with fresh lemon juice, olive oil, grainy mustard. Just give that a shake. Take your fruit, drop it in. This is just watermelon that's been done in a compression, in a backpack bag, full compression, with a simple syrup and some fresh ginger. You're going to throw down some of the crumbled feta, hickory smoked in-house, pickled cranberries, and then finish off with a bit of lemon, grainy mustard dressing. Okay? That's it done. Finish there. Now, while all that happened, your cheese got a little bit more sexier, and it is. Now, the cheese, I'm just going to pop here into the frying pan. So, grab a little spoon. First thing you want to do is take your edamame avocado puree, drop a spoon of it down on one end. Make a pull line. Perfect. Next, take the sauce, the blackie sauce, or the kapow cauliflower sauce, dribble it all over the cauliflower, put your lid back on it, and shake that, baby. So, pop it out. Look at that. Yeah, that looks way better than any crudité that's been tossed up. So, one piece per person. Oh, I just love that sauce the blackie makes. So just go ahead and pop a little bit down on top of it if it's really, you're really adamant. So delicious. A little bit of cilantro. These are pickled goji berries. You'll see them at the Booster Juice store. They'll do it in a powder format. And then the last dish, which is the cheese curds. Oh my God, these are already addictable. Don't screw it up. Don't burn yourself. Don't cut yourself. See you on the next round. Pot of boiling water, Teflon pan on medium high. And welcome to wave 2. 2 dishes. Eggs Benedict with Montreal smoked meat, container D, and container E, blueberry pancakes, buttermilk pancakes. Let's pop open the containers and get this machine going. Very straightforward. We have to make a hollandaise, and some of you are already getting anxiety over it. You're like, oh my God. So look, this is the mixture for making the hollandaise. We're going to put that in there. And it's not a hollandaise. I correct myself. This is a béarnaise. All right. So grab your whisk. You've put your reduction with your egg yolks and tarragon. Hollandaise is the base. We've added tarragon. That makes béarnaise. So over a boiling pot of water. Let's make sure that's on full blast. It is. You're just going to whisk this ever so gentle. Here you want to just basically whip away and keep moving it. And where people screw up a béarnaise or a base hollandaise is when they're whipping it and they don't clear down the edges. So what you need to do is recognize the steps of making a hollandaise, a good hollandaise, a beautiful hollandaise. The first one is, did you see it come up all foamy? Look at the top, it's foamy. It's almost like an orange julep. Take it off for a second. Let's whip it out. Let it calm down for a minute. Not even a minute, like 12 seconds. Back on. Okay, and we're back in again. And you can see what's happening is we're starting to move towards what's known as the ribbon stage. And the ribbon stage will allow us to thicken it so that we can add clarified butter to it. And now we're kind of like doing what you would probably feel like is almost like a hot mayo, where you're emulsifying a fat into the egg yolk structure so that we get this thickness. So, try to whip less broken than me. Meaning, see the wrist? Up here. Now, if you look, it's starting to go ribbon on us. So the ribbon is that the twines that cut through the sabayon of the egg yolk mixture start to actually leave their lines in the actual mixture. So as I continue to whip, we get this thickness that's coming through and through, and you can see, but remember again, scrape down your sides, scrape down your sides. Now, is your wrist sore? Of course it is. You're making one of the classiest sauces known to mankind. Kudos to the French for teaching us this. That's beaut. That's just beaut. Let that sit for a second. Now, clarified butter, it's going to arrive solid for you. You want to pop this cup into your microwave or stuck it in a pot itself and just bring it up for about 1.5 minutes until it completely melts, but you don't want it piping hot. You never want to have a piping hot liquid going into a hot liquid. We're going to let this come down to room temperature and we're going to add this, but we don't want this boiling hot. So if you want to do it in a microwave, 70%, 35, 40 seconds tops, okay? Lid off. Be good to go. Leave that there. While that's going down, we're going to do the pancakes next. So look, a little bit of oil in the frying pan, just a little bit. And we're going to take our batter. So what we're doing here is we're multitasking. So we're doing 2 courses at the same time. So down we go. I just do a little canal. I want to get 4 actions out of this. There will not be a problem. And we get the last one in there. There we go. And if you didn't know how to make blueberry pancakes, and I get it, some of you, you're busy. Life is busy. It goes fast and you don't have time. Well, guess what? This is how you make blueberry pancakes. Those are just buttermilk pancakes. Take your blueberries, drop them in. Just drop them into the wet batter on top. Amazing. Right? Move your containers off to the side. Oh, by the way, this is your maple syrup. Whoa, gave you way too much there. Might choke that up a little bit. But don't worry. What I say and what I give generally are 2 different things and always to your benefit. So, pancakes are coming up. You can see that the edge of the crust is kind of giving a little bit of bubbly wobbly. And you just kind of want to let that work out. While that's going down, we're going to take the poached eggs and we're going to drop them into the water. Your English muffin has been pre-buttered. Go ahead and put it in your toaster. It won't blow up. It won't catch on fire. There's not enough fat on here for it to do that. There's enough fat on here to get it nice and ooey gooey and toasty. While that's going down and your pancakes are cooking, I can share with you that you can see the bubbles coming. So we are almost... Oh, look at that. Oh yeah. Made for TV, they said. So let's just get that to flip. Let's get that to flip. Get that to flip. Now that the pancakes are cooking, let's take that Montreal smoked meat and pop that in. Amazing. I'm going to send the English muffin off to the kitchen to get toasted. It'll come back in a second for me. Now, while that's all going down, you want to get yourself a kitchen rag. And in your kitchen rag, that egg that we popped in hasn't been in that water for more than 1.5 minutes. Take your finger, give it a little put. You see how it has that forgiveness to it? And don't be like, oh my God, I burned myself. You're not going to burn yourself like that. You know, unless you're like a 4-year-old and you have no resistance or any scarring on your fingers. You know, if you're like 25 plus, you've already done enough damage on there that you can go ahead and touch it and you're not going to burn yourself. So just give a little drain and put it into the napkin, turn your water off. Come back over here. Your eggs are dry. While all that's going down, this is ready to go. I'm going to turn it off, but I'm going to leave it there so I still have connective energy, heat going through the frying pans. Look at these gorgeous pancakes. Oh my God. Where have I been all my life? I miss my calling. Actually, I did breakfast cookery at the Windsor Arms Hotel. I think I was on it for like 6 months because I kept sleeping in. And God love him. My mentor at the time was Michael Bonaccini. And he was hilarious because he would call me at home and he'd be like, Michael, you've slept in again. And I'm like, oh my God, should I quit now? Or should I come in and quit? Now just come in, Mach 2, it's destroying a station. When you get in, you can fix it up. And Mark 2, it was my sous chef. It's a great chef out of Toronto, and Michael Bonaccini, Oliver Bonaccini Group. And it was just so endearing how they were, that they believe more in me some days than I believe in myself. And I think that's the sign of a good mentor, is that they see through the bullocks, so to speak, and recognize your abilities. Now, here's something classic that I kind of learned on my own as a technique when I'm making a hollandaise. If you look at this right now, it's kind of to the point where it's super shiny and super thick. That's a bit too much. Guess what it needs? It needs a little blessing. Santa Maria, just a little blessing. And why? Watch. It's thinned out a bit. Because as we put this fat in, and, you know, you see people like streaming it while one person's beating it, while one other person's blotting them because they're sweating their ass off. No. Look at me. Watch what I do here, all on my own. That's right. Your wife or your husband or your partner is still in bed, and you're making some loving spoonful in the kitchen. Look at that. Done. Chef's prerogative, get your finger, go in there. Amazing. It's nice and vinegary. It's got the tarragon flavor. Pop it to the side. Don't put it in the stove. Don't put it on a burner. We're going to assemble. Toasted English muffins came back. Boom. Next thing. Come right over here. Take your pancakes. Don't know about you, but I really like that one. So that one's going to go first. That one's going to go second. That's going to be third. That's going to be fourth. Boom. Nice little stacky wacky. Over here, Montreal smoked meat. There we go. Pop that down. Perfect. And now your poached eggs, you're going to pop them down. And you know, when you feel that, again, it's got that forgiveness. Beautiful. Go back in. We're going to finish with the béarnaise sauce. And the beautiful thing about our recipe is that we've given you so much. You look at that better half of yours and you're like, you take your spoon. They haven't even gotten into the béarnaise yet. And you're like, open your mouth. I want to let you know something. I love you so much. I'm going to let you have a spoon of béarnaise. Oh my God. That's so great. Okay, last thing. Little garnish warnish. Just take this this meringue, pop it right on the top of there. This is like liquid marshmallow. Why? Maybe somebody you bought one of these already from previous videos, especially Father's Day, but watch. Indispensable. You can turn this thing right upside down. That's all you need to do. It's literally half a second. Montreal smoked meat, eggs Benedict, buttermilk blueberry, pancakes with maple syrup. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Wave 3, going to go to your kit, or the fridge in this case, and pull out box F, G, H, and then the container called rice. So what we're going to make here today is we're going to be doing Blackie's chicken, a pad caprau, I'll talk more about that in a moment, and brisket. Beef brisket done with a gorgeous silly mop sauce, a little bit of fennel kraut, and polenta, cheddar polenta. Before anything, pop the lids off of these. Now, if you see in here, we've got this chunks of brisket with the sauce, but I've already gone ahead and put the sauce with different style of brisket, but it's just going to vary from order to order because brisket is not a standard size piece. So you're going to have fatty cut, you're going to have lean cut, and we basically will just kind of make sure everybody's getting kind of roughly the same weight. The polenta, I've already popped here in the frying pan. And I'm going to put that onto a medium flame. The frying pan above us is going to be for our pad caprau dish. So now that we have all that going on, I'm just going to keep the one element and pop this to the side. Polenta's going, brisket's going. While all that's happening, you're going to want to take your rice. There's two ways to do this. One, you can just take about 2 tablespoons of water, put it into the container, stick it in the microwave at 70%, and microwave it for 2 minutes. When it comes out, use a fork to fluff it up. And the power of He-Man, a fork appears. Wow. Okay, take your fork and just lightly fluff it. And it should be just gorgeous. So we're going to divide this between the 2 dishes. We're going to go one into the blackies and one into the pad caprao. It's a very generous portion of rice, and we'll maintain that portion. Very well done. Kudos to Chef Matt and his mise en place on that. Slide back over. Let's see if I burnt the polenta already. Nope. She's ready to go. So here's the polenta, which is going to be for the brisket. Look at that. It just basically, all you're doing is you're reheating it. All right. Once you have it up. Oh, there's another message. Who wants to put money on it? Trump's done something silly again. Who wants it? Oh, no, it's my brother. Oh, I haven't heard from my brother this week. Oh, God love him. Well, in these crazy times, you got to keep in touch with the family, know how many far away they are, right? Keep in touch with everyone. Look, here we go. We have the sauce with the brisket. That's right here. And all you're going to do is take your spoon, and if the brisket's looking a little dry on the top, just flip it over for a second, okay? And then get your spoon underneath it and do your kamikaze balancing act. Pop it down. Put your sauce over the top. The ooey ooey, doesn't that look good? So last thing to do, just put down some of your slaw. Just fluff it up so it doesn't look like it just came out of a Dixie cup. You're good to go. Brisket's ready to go. For the Blackie's chicken, there's many ways to do this. You could fry it in a frying pan with a shallot oil like we did on the first wave, or you can take it, pop it in an oven, put it into a little hot metal pan, pop it in the oven, 350, and let it cook out. And badoom, you've got it here ready to go. So if we can imagine that was the chicken that we got, it's now hot, we can drop it into there, take the sauce of the Blackies. Again, I think it's really generous here. I think we're going to go down on a 2 ounce with you on that one as I look at it. Sometimes too much sauce isn't a good thing. So I just put 2 ounces in that. Yeah, that's all you need. You know, too much sauce in this case can be a very bad thing. This is working out beautifully. This is the Blackie's chicken. This is Balinese sweet kicap mani. So look at this little piece of chicken here. He jumped over to the brisket plate. Does Zaka want to be there? No, you're with your friends. You're right here. Look at that's gorgeous. Okay, and then all we're going to finish off on that is just a bit of cilantro on top. If you don't want the cilantro, you don't like cilantro, you've got a missing enzyme in your brain or something, whatever it is that causes you not to like banana. I just find it nut. But it's a real thing. There's no bullshit to it. The pad caprao is a classic dish that you would get in Thailand. The secret to this recipe is doing a shallow fried egg. Now that we've got this frying pan that's been sitting on the burner for the last 15 minutes, I'm going to bring it up full tilt. Because the meat itself is just to be served at room temperature, I've gone ahead and just popped this on the stovetop just to kind of take the cold off of it. You could simply take this and pop it in the microwave, 70%, 60 seconds. Maybe, yeah, no more. 60 seconds, fluff it up with a fork, you should be good to go. Once that's done, this is a spicy meat. It's beef. It's got fish sauce, bird's eye chili, holy basil, palm sugar. But the secret hammer in that is glutinous rice that's been toasted, roasted, golden brown, cooled, and ground very, very fine and acts as a binder. Now, the egg is ready to go. And the quickest way to do it is, for me, because I'm a hotline guy, I'm not a pastry person, I'm going to crack on the side of my pan. And drop my egg in. Okay? One little technique. Take your end of your fork, just give a rip there and a rip there. What did I just do? Well, the egg is made up of water egg white, the actual egg white itself, which is still in its own little sack, and then the yolk itself. So now that the pan's going and you're getting a little, that's okay. That's what happens when you got a little bit of protein and it's going hard and core. So just cleaning up my mess. We're coming to the end of it. We've got 2 of the 3 dishes good. If you feel this is taking too long and you want to go ahead and send that into the dining room so you can keep the masses at bay, go for it. This egg white, when it's super crispy, is frill. It is super delicious. You get this kind of crunchiness. It's very textural. Textural? Yeah, that's a word. The texture of it is very crispy. And when you cut it against the spicy meat with the rice, woof, look out, Bob. So here you go. Honestly, I could let it go a little bit longer, but I love it the way it is. I'm good with this. So it's going to slide in, give a little dab on your rag, chop it down. So if you look at this, got a little bit of gochujaro, chili to go down. So if I did not make that egg runny, if I had left it, cooked it over, it would be rotten. Because what you want to have, and I mean rotten as in quality, not rotten as in can't eat it. You want to be able to, when you get this dish at the table, you want to rip this open, the yolk, let it go into the meat and the rice, and chop it all up. So you have that crispy egg against the rice, against the spiced meat. Nothing better. God love them in Asia, Thailand specifically, for making incredible, simple things like this. A thanks to Matriarchal, a thanks to the mothers out there. 3 incredible dishes. Enjoy, everyone. The last wave, wave 4, all about sweet. We have 3 containers you need to get from the fridge, I, J, and K. Let's look at what we got here. It's a strictly assembly, nothing complicated. I is going to be the chocolate mousse, which I'm going to put in a glass. If you want to take a water glass or you have a champagne saucer, this will work great. Inside, we have the meringue, we've got some peanuts, pretzels, and we have a chocolate mousse inside of there. Over here, in this one, J, we have lemon curd. That's going to go right in that container there. So we're just going to flip these upside down. They're ready to go. Pop 2 down. Beautiful. We're going to keep it super simple. A little ginger snap crumble on top. There we go. Straightforward. In this one, a little bit more involved. We have 2 apple beignet donuts. So the apple beignet donuts going to need to be one of 2 ways. You can either fry them up in your air fryer. You can put them in the microwave in an uncovered container, not metal, plastic, and do 70% for about probably close to 70 seconds to bring it up to temperature. If you crispy fry it, shallow fry it, and get it up. All you want to do in here is take this simple syrup, splash it down, and you know what? Forget the bowl. Let's go right into here like this. Ready? Going to go right into there. You're going to first give that a shaky bake. So you get the simple syrup all over it. Then you're going to go with your cinnamon sugar. And you got way too much in there, so we're only going to give you 1/3 of that. We're going to shake that one up. Nice and hot, gooey donut, ready to go. Love it. That looks great. I'm going to drop 2 of those down inside the bowl. Nothing more than lemon curd. Oh, yeah. Lovely lemon curd. Little couple pieces of mint to drop down. Just put one on top of each. There we go. That's that done. And the last dish of this 11-course extravaganza. Oh, did you see me lick there? That's okay to lick. Just make sure you're not double licking. You lick once. Back in at it. There we go. Take your pretzels and peanuts, drop them down here. Get a clean spoon. Go in, get your mousse, pop it in. Clean the container right out. Take your pretzels and peanuts, pop them over the top. And let me grab that blowtorch. If you don't have a blowtorch, it's not the end of the world, but it does look cool. Yes. So look at it. We're done. Take off the apron. Go grab your mimosa. Sit down and revel in the applause.
11 courses. Mother's Day can't be any more perfect than it is right now.